Hey guys, it's your boy Brett, aka Sir Kittyfish, aka Skitty. Thanks for stopping by. This is episode 2 of my channel, and wanted to keep the ball rolling, and here we go. So today started off pretty good. It was raining like crazy. The thunder was actually pretty scary today. Uh, there was a couple of thunder claps that were super loud in the new house, just barely getting acclimated. This is my area of the room, and things feel a lot more comfortable now. I didn't really get to finish unpacking last night. It got super late, and my roommate ended up coming in, and I didn't want to wake him up. I don't know what it was. I tried to get some sleep last night and I had a real hard time falling back asleep. I don't know if it was because I finally had access to my phone or just the excitement or being in a new environment. Yeah, I had a real rough night's sleep last night until I actually ended up falling asleep. So I ended up getting up and got ready and walked in the rain to my group. Things went pretty smooth there. I ended up doing something that's called neurofeedback mapping, where they put these nodules on your head and check your brain activity. And what neurofeedback does is it's supposed to help create new neural pathways in your brain that may have been damaged through your addictions. So I did the mapping today. Things went pretty smooth. Ended up going to my first group, and we had a guest speaker who came in, and we got talking about our fears and our dreams for the future. One of my dreams was getting this channel started in my recovery after my wife had passed away, which I'll bring up more in detail on that. But I've been in treatment a couple of times, and I'm planning on doing an introduction video. That way you guys can get to know me a little bit better and know who is on the other side of the camera. But yeah, I ended up going to my group, and we talked about our fears, our dreams, and being able to make content for this channel in my sobriety has definitely been a milestone, because it's been something I've been putting off for a while. Me and my wife, we had our channel that we started back in the day, and it was about sobriety and God, and we ended up falling back into our addictions. And unfortunately, she passed away, and I'll go more into that a little bit later. But we figured we would put a pin on that, and we were planning on, getting sober and getting back to the channel. But we didn't want to be hypocrites and smoking and drinking, stuck in our addictions while talking about, how God helped us in our sobriety and stuff like that. That's just not right to do to anybody. If not an honor thing, we don't want to, be false teachers or whatever you want to call it, hypocrites in general. So I ended up, after my wife passed away, I went into recovery for a while, and I was doing recovery videos for a good minute. I want to say 6-7 months, give or take. And I ended up leaving the program a little bit early. I thought I had a pin on things. I fell back into my addictions, and I erased all my previous videos that I had made before, because it just didn't feel right. There's some of my last videos, I was smoking, drinking, kind of wilding out in my addictions, and just fell back into the world of whatever you want to call it. But I am now back to doing these videos for the channel and getting up and running again. I just barely picked up my 60-day chip today, woo-hoo. Thank you. But yeah, it's been a crazy journey, and we ended up having our alumni group tonight, where a lot of the brothers in our program link up, share stories, share a meal together, and it ended up falling. Like, I already had a plan before going in there to pick up my 60-day chip and sharing, and I ended up getting picked to read as Bill sees it and share on it. I wasn't planning on it, it was just given to me, so I was like, okay, run it. And I ended up flipping to a page, and on both pages, I had the opportunity to pick a page, and I took one look at one side of the page, and I didn't want to do it. I seen the title of it, and I was like, nah, pass. And I looked at the other page, and it seemed something a little bit more simple that I could have shared on very easily. And I read it, but after I got done reading it, it still didn't feel right. So I ended up closing the book, and I ended up flipping through all of the pages just randomly to pick a page just to fall on something different. And I landed on the exact same area that I initially opened it up to. And that wasn't planned at all, and I'm really big on energy. And when something like that happens, it was kind of like, okay, there's something here, there's something about it. And so it was on leadership, and I ended up sharing on it, and I sat back down, and I remember telling myself that, I wanted to pick up a chip and I wanted to share. Not just, given a book and told to share on what I thought about the idea. I actually wanted to share my feelings and my thoughts, because yesterday was kind of surreal. What I mean by that is I just exited a residential program, and basically what that means is for 60 days you have no phone, no tablet, and if you do get to use the phone, it's for minutes a day, not even that long, just to touch base with family members, give or take. But even then, it's like really just hi and bye, really short, quick phone calls. So I went my 60 days not contacting anyone, just basically off the grid. I needed to get my stuff together, and after getting out, I got some personal freedoms back. I'm in sober living now. I am able to have certain things. I got my phone back, my tablet back, obviously. And it was kind of strange, because after I came into the program, I was not wanting to smoke or drink or do anything like that. I was really solid in my recovery because of what I went through and what I put myself through. After getting a little bit of freedoms, it was really strange, because I started running into some of the parts of the city where I was getting super high, getting super drunk, and getting away with it. And it triggered me. It made me think about drugs and alcohol a lot, and I started feeling that random temptation out of nowhere. And I had to catch myself, because I had put in all this time and all this work to stay sober, the 60 days and going through the recovery and through the residential program. And now that I have been given a little bit of freedom, I had to check my own emotions and my own self-will, because I very easily could have went out right then and there. Just having those thoughts run through my mind where, one drink won't hurt, or one smoke won't hurt, or you can get away with it, or just walking around and having to take the bus and not having to rely on rides, or not having my full day from as soon as I wake up all the way to when I go to bed planned out for me. It was an eye-opener. And how am I going to lead people by example by not following through with what I feel like I wanted to and I said I was going to do? I wanted to come back and do videos for this channel. I don't want to procrastinate on doing that. I don't want to lead my other brothers astray by not sharing that information with them on how I was tempted and tucking it away and dealing with my own emotions. I don't want to fall short on saying that I'm going to pick up a chip and share, It's just one of those things where if I'm going to do it, I want to do it right this time. I don't want to fall back into any of that. And it was just a definite eye-opener. But it felt really good being able to share with the guys and, hear some of their shares and see some of the guys picking up their chips as well. That was really cool. And afterwards, one of my brothers ended up inviting me to go play pool with them. My aim was off. I didn't do too good. I was okay. I hung in there. I did as best as I could, but we ended up getting beat twice, and my brother ended up having to head out a little bit early, so we ended up dipping out. And uh, for the most part, today was a really good day. The rain, that kind of sucked walking in it, getting over to my group and whatnot, but all in all, it was worth it. Later on in the day, it got really nice and sunny, and the weather was enjoyable. But yeah, that was my highlights of the day. I want to thank you all for stopping by. I love you, and stay blessed.